All right, boys. Moving on to our next team here. We have 7 Dinkleberries, Arush Bachnik, and Joe Domingo. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. Alrighty. Quarterback, Jayden Daniels. Running backs, James Cook, Alvin Kamara. Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin. Tight end, Tyler Warren. Flexes, Roma Dunze, Chris Olave. On the bench, they got Ray Davis, Jaden Blue, Cam Scadaboo, Kendra Miller, Dante Thornton, and Juwan Jennings. Okay. At first glance, I would say that this is a pretty solid team, but there are some weaknesses. I'll start off with the strengths. It is the receiving core here with Justin Jefferson and Terry McLaurin. I think that's a pretty solid stack. Yes, Jefferson has a new QB and JJ, but still the same offense. So I expect him to still produce at a high level. And same with Terry in year 2 with Jayden Daniels. And he has the stack. So he has the stack with Jayden Daniels. That's going to help him a lot. And then his running back duo is pretty solid as well. I do really like James Cook this year. Where did he finish last year? At 8. I expect him to be better this year. So I like James Cook as his RB1. And then Kamara, not super high on, but don't hate him as your RB2. A little bit concerning. I don't necessarily like the stock and the Saints players in this lineup here with Kamara and Olave. So the glaring weaknesses is, in my opinion, 2 dog shit options at flex here with Rome and Olave. I just don't see it with either of those guys. Is Rome going to crack 1,000 yards this year? I have no idea. Olave has a quarterback that's going to throw probably 150 yards a game. So I just don't see him having a great year. I'm trying to make a comparison. Like, that Saints team is very similar to Tennessee last year with, like, Will Levis, Mason Rudolph. Ridley was the starting quarterback, and he was so inconsistent that he was unplayable. He'll get you 20 one week, and then he'll get you 4 the next. So that's kind of what you're looking at with Olave. So I hate the flex plays here. But I do love the tight end in Tyler Warren. Maybe it's just because I'm a slight Colts fan here that I'm buying in on his stock. He's just a freak of nature. I think he could have a similar season to Brock Bowers in his rookie year. I think Daniel Jones is serviceable enough to allow him to have a pretty decent year. So when you look at QB, the 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and the tight end, it's a solid lineup. But unfortunately, when you get down to the flex, that is a for sure weakness here. And then you go to the bench. Not really anyone that you can kind of plug in besides Juwan Jennings at the moment. He needs some injuries to happen with these running backs. Otherwise, yeah, they really only have Juwan that they could potentially play. And it'll be interesting to see who kind of takes over as that San Fran starting role while Ayuk's out. So not a whole lot of depth on this team either. Oh, man, going through this team, this is tricky. Originally, I think I was going to put them in B category, but this is borderline C. But with that starting 6, I think I still am going to keep it in B category here with playoff teams. These could change, and they will change as the year goes on. I'll switch up the rankings, but we're going to keep it here for now.